I'm feeling good.
Let's get into what's going on with the 2026 Essence Festival. It's been said it's canceled for not paying last summer in 2025 bills and vendors. Our people expressed how they felt about it then. So let's rewind back, shall we?
Black Americans, come here real quick. I gotta talk to y'all about something. Because ever since we came out and said how we didn't like Essence Fest being centered around African culture because it's a Black American event and it's been that way for 30 years, they got so wild in the comments. They just talking crazy. But they don't realize that, bitch, we like to fight. We like to keep up shit. So we finna go ahead and show them real quick what we do, because for some reason they think they're able to work these jobs, open these businesses, and live in these neighborhoods because they're African, not realizing the Black American brilliant minds that sat down with legislation and got this shit done, and all the blood that our ancestors shed, not no African blood. So let's go ahead and knock this out real quick. Y'all send an email to these sponsors that are attached to this event because of Black Americans. We want to let them know in the email that Black Americans are canceling Essence Fest and we are no longer attached. So now, since you guys decided to disrespect the Black American community and our culture, we're kind of going to show you that this country does not like immigrant or migrant culture or the people. And you guys are under our wings when you're here and our protections that we established. So what I want you to know is that you're not the only group that thought this. We got a group right now that want us to get out and fight for them. But because they kind of feel they're better than us, like you guys have started to, we're not.
Black American heritage at Essence Fest. So it's night 1 or night 2, and there is a lot of complaints coming through, and the common consensus is the culture has shifted. It no longer feels like us. And honestly, that makes sense because the people in charge now do not value Black heritage. Essence Fest used to be known as the Cookout. It was created in 1995, created to center Black American heritage, the music, fashion, beauty, political power. It was basically like the family reunion created by Black people for Black people. Soul food, a little gospel, a little trap, NOLA. It was a culture that you felt deep in your chest. But now, not so much. It feels somewhat curated, corporatized, and it no longer feels like it centers us. The current CEO of Essence is a former DEI executive for Target. So the very thing that Black Americans are protesting, she was the center of, and now she's the center, well, she's the head, the CEO of Essence. Upon more research, I found out that she is originally from Kenya, and she moved to the US when she was about 10 years old. The point of me bringing that up is she doesn't seem like she values Black American heritage, because if she did care, the festival will still reflect the very people it was built for. And seeing as though that's not the case, I can't help but think that she does not value Black American heritage. Instead, it's become a space that uplifts everyone else aside from Black American heritage. That shift is starting to feel really intentional. Local Black vendors are being pushed out. Local creators and influencers are overlooked completely, all while being the very representation that is needed for Black-centered heritage in the South. It doesn't make any sense to me. It has slowly become a place that has been curated for optics and not community. This very thing is exactly what I was talking about in my previous videos when I asked the question, where are the Black American beauty creators? The answer is, we're being pushed out of the very spaces created and centered for us. And not just pushed out of these spaces like Essence Fest, but panels, brand deals, sponsorships, media. And all of this didn't happen by accident. It has happened through leadership, branding pivots, and sponsorship deals that prioritize global Blackness. Global Blackness, a movement that often leaves out the specific culture and heritage of Black Americans. And when brands talk about inclusion but sideline the very creators who made the culture, we should all be asking, if Essence no longer feels like us, who is it for?
I don't know if they don't understand that this is cultural, this is colonization, what you're doing. Trying to force us, or trying to force, do forced assimilation is no way to get through to any type of American, to be honest with you, especially us. The biggest thing is that most of these individuals make statements such as us not having any culture and things of the like, even though they're walking around wearing things that we popularized in the culture that have global recognition. You can't destroy that. I'm not gonna lie, the disrespect is getting out of hand. They don't even mention Black Americans as if this festival wasn't built up by individuals that were already here. They push it directly to being Africans. It's wild to watch, in all honesty. This erasure, this is actual ethnic erasure.
Hi, my name is 𝒲𝒶𝓎, an actor from Nigeria, and culture means earth, motherland, Africa, originality, and culture is the essence of our being, the togetherness, the oneness, the community, the society that we're from, and we should always celebrate that. So yes, whatever it is, if you're African, go back to Africa and connect to your source.
Several months later.
Things are not looking good for the 2026 Essence Festival. Let's talk about debts owed and questions being asked. So to make a long story short, Louisiana legislators are saying that the people at the Essence Festival are not paying their bills. Yes, you heard me correctly. There are still outstanding bills from the 2025 Essence Festival that are still due, and people have some serious questions. Sundown Media is the company that owns Essence Festival. Sundown Media is also owned by West African businessman Richelieu Dennis. I'm going to just call him Rich for this. And they're saying that Rich's company, Sundown Media, owes the convention center, the New Orleans Convention Center, over $406,000. Now, as of last week, they actually owed the convention center $450,000, a little bit over. They did issue a $50,000 check. Therefore, the balance to the convention center is now $406,000. In addition to owing the New Orleans Convention Center, local vendors are also saying that they are owed money too. Some local vendors, for instance, are saying that they're owed about $1 million for production costs for putting on last year's Essence Festival. Now, traditionally, after these type of events, you have about 30 days to settle your tab. We are way over that now, so we're going to watch and see this story to see how it progresses for the 2026 Essence Festival. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole kerfuffle that happened in 2025 with the Essence Festival, but I will say this to Rich Dennis, who recently took over the Essence Festival and managing and producing it last year. You got to pay your bills, especially since you're new and upcoming with owning and managing this event. So get down in the comments and let me know what you think about the Essence Festival company Sundown owing the New Orleans Convention Center over $406,000, as well as owing local New Orleans vendors money. And also get down in the comments and let me know if you plan to attend the 2026 Essence Festival and support it in the future. Let me know. If you found value in this post, please make sure to like as well as share, and don't forget to follow the Black Death Society for your next daily.
Y'all, Essence Fest is in debt. Can you believe it? I don't think that I'm shocked. So basically, a creator on here by the name of Son of Henry posted about it, and so I was like, let me go do my research. Let me see what's tea. And basically, they owe the convention center in New Orleans where they hold the event almost $500,000, and they owe another vendor over $1 million. Essence Fest has definitely gone downhill. So if you don't know, the CEO and president of Essence Fest, they are African, and they kind of decided to shift the festival to not be solely about, you know, African American or Black American culture. They kind of went the Pan-Africanism route, where it's basically everybody in the diaspora is being celebrated, right? The problem with that is that's not what Essence Fest was built on. Essence Fest started to celebrate Black culture right here in the United States of America, to appreciate Black culture, to showcase it, right? And so when that's what your fan base that you've garnered over all these years, you know, is used to, that's why they're coming, and then you do a 180, people stop showing up. People were no longer buying tickets because it's not about, like, the message is not the same anymore. The reason why we're going is not the same anymore. It would be like if I went to like Nigeria or something during Dechi December and I was mad that, you know, oh, we need some American clubs, we need to hear American music. Like if I was mad that they were playing Afrobeats while I'm in Nigeria, Where are the American clubs at? Where can I get a burger and fries? I'm tired of this Jollof Fridays. Like, that's how I see it. It's like, you're in the United States. This was an event for us, by us, and you completely switched it. And now look, it's going downhill because the people that you are now targeting don't support. They don't support. So you should have just appreciated the audience that you had and continued the vision that Essence Fest was built.
Nothing surprises me about this rogue Essence Festival. Oh my gosh, nothing surprises me. Now that it's been taken over by that man, Rich Lou Dennis, of course it's messed up. He tried to take a Black American cultural event and make it for the diaspora. Furthermore, it was written about that it was supposed to pay for stuff in the diaspora. So now we get to see why stuff hadn't been paid here. Right? Why stuff hadn't been paid here? There's somebody's owed $1 million and then somebody else is owed like $400,000. Let's go back to why in the world the state gives money for large events like this, okay? So that people can be paid. Yeah, so that people can be paid. The Louisiana has a whole fund set up, okay? So they give millions of dollars, okay? So that people can be paid within the state. Vendors, the stadium, whatever. Okay? It's supposed to be paid. They haven't been paid. I wonder where the money went. Just like I said before. Come in and you bring all these other folk in who are not Black American, trying to redo something and trying to make it, some other culture. So you mean to tell me that whoever was in charge of whatever, we gonna say Rich Lou since that's his thing now, okay? So he went in there, he took over a Black American festival, tried to make it African diaspora festival, like for everybody, okay? So he could tap into the millions of dollars, okay, that Essence Festival brings. Because let's face it, Essence Festival is one of the top of all the festivals concerning Black folks. It's the top. Brings in the most money, okay? He got the money from the state. Where the money went? The venue and everything is supposed to be paid for. Where the money went? Oh, you mean did the money go to Africa? That's the question. I'm just asking. Where the money went? How you gonna walk around talking about you owe somebody $500,000? And then you owe another vendor $1 million. Talking about we gonna work together next year. No, the flip, we ain't. See what I'm saying?
I don't know. The way it's looking, they owe everybody and their mother every time they can have reach out, and you are not about to get no support. First of all, the way y'all tried to colonize and co-opt it and turn it into Jollof versus jambalaya, we wasn't jacking that.
Exactly,
so I don't even know if a lot of people are even going to go to Essence Fest as much as would have in the past, because it's giving cultural appropriation and y'all trying to just take over the way y'all keep trying to take over everything we do, and it's weird. Like, y'all could have created your own African Fest or something else, right? And then on top of that, owing the convention center where you actually gotta host the whole event, I don't know, that puts a salty taste in people's mouths. I don't think anybody's gonna really rally behind this. It might not be in New Orleans, child. They might have to find a whole nother state. You see how they just coming in and ruining, child. I don't know. What y'all think about this? This is why we was all like up in arms, because we saw this coming. We foresaw this. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, start your own thing. Like, it's just like the whole takeover, like the revisionist history, trying to make it seem like now all of a sudden everything is flat blackness. Essence Fest is for the Africans, and y'all just running it into the hole. And this is the United States of America. Y'all cannot come over here with them shady business practices. You will get sued. I know y'all have a lot of lax laws over there on the continent. That's why Burna Boy said, oh, I like being home in Africa because America, I can't do what I want. He literally said I can live freely and do whatever I want in Africa. As long as you got a little bit of coin, people will let it go. But not out here. You cannot just only pay $50,000 on a $456,000 tab. Like, this is not whatever. I don't even know exactly which country he comes from, because I know y'all gonna be crying in the comments. Y'all only like to be called Africa when y'all talking about somebody stealing y'all resources. If they stealing resources from Africa, it don't matter if you're living in Zimbabwe. If they taking the resources from Congo, you're gonna claim that. Or when you want to call it the motherland, then it's all of Africa. But if it's something bad, y'all want us to be very specific down to the goddamn tribe. I don't know. If y'all know exactly where he's from, I remember I reported on this last year when all of this was happening and unfolding. But y'all could drop it in the comments. Anyways, you don't play with people in New Orleans. Y'all do know that is the capital of Hootie Hoo. So why would you want to play with them people? Anyways, spread love is the rhythm way. Why would you want to play with Black Americans, period? And you see how this is coming out during Black History Month? Our ancestors is really waking us up collectively and saying, y'all not about to play with us. Y'all not about to play with our children. Y'all not about to play with our offspring. Everybody is getting what they deserve. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
Yeah, Black Americans, they won't be back to the Essence Festival. I just watched some videos and they won't be back. That lady said the originals are here. The original what, ma'am? Y'all are mad disrespectful. Mad disrespectful. But hey, you know what? You bought it. Good luck with it. Good luck with it.
Well, let's talk about it, shall we? Essence magazine was a staple in Black culture, Black American culture. Hot combs and bobos and barrettes and, gold teeth, golds and, long nails, Flojo, all of that. Breaking news for Black Americans. The Essence magazine is the root from which the rest of the tree grows, right? So once it left the hands of the people who have a vested interest in maintaining its integrity, this is what happens. It's the same way we talk about community policing. If you don't know what community policing is, it's when a police officer actually lives in the community of which he polices. Therefore, he has a vested interest in maintaining the safety of his neighbors and also keeping their trust. Because if you don't and you live there, you might not be able to trust them. Okay? You might not be able to trust them. So in Essence Ventures being bought, being used, being pumped for Black culture when it comes to monetary gain, this is what happens. I know that people might try to dilute this message, but let's be clear, this happens all the time. We have watched in real time as even the word woke was co-opted and made to be a derogatory term. Something so small like a word. So when Essence Ventures was sold to a non-Black American, someone who's racially Black but not ethnically Black, he did not have a vested interest in maintaining the Black American integrity that Essence always carried. That's why you saw all of the complaints. That's why you saw all of the issues that came about with Essence Festival. Because you can tell when somebody cares about a thing, how they treat the thing. When someone gives a fuck about a thing, you see how they treat the thing. Message, ladies. But what we are seeing now in real time is what happens when, though people are racially Black, they aren't ethnically Black, and all of the issues that come therein when they try to cash grab and possess Black American cultural piece. I honestly, if y'all want me to be honest, my honest opinion, I do want Essence Ventures to go back into the hands of a Black American who has a vested interest in the culture.
because they belong to it. I don't care if it's a group of Black Americans. I just want Black Americans to own it because of the fact that you can admire a culture but still not give a damn about it. And that's what we're seeing. So hopefully they get it right, and hopefully they get back to it. Otherwise, we are going to lose a staple in Black American culture. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Okay, bye.